If you enjoy a smaller, quieter, non-commercialized campsite that is also pet-friendly, can live without electricity and cell phone signal, then this one's just for you. Balie's hut in the Bokkenveld has a total of 4 campsites. 2 wooden self-catering cottages, equipped with all the essentials, and 2 romantic self-catering glamping tents, secluded in the mountains, and it's only 218 kilometers from Cape Town. This campsite is located on a working agricultural farm, and it all started out in the year 2000 as a site for family and friends to enjoy, and it was officially opened to the public in 2014. I'd say this campsite is more for your seasoned campers, because if you've forgotten something at home, you're going to have to learn to live without it for the duration of your stay. And if you set up for off-grid type camping, this is an ideal site for you to try out all your gadgets. But we easily did it with minimal equipment. Ground tents, a 5-day Coleman cooler box, no solar panels or refrigeration. The savior is that wood and ice is sold on the farm.
Running in the woods alone and still. Somewhere, somehow, I guess I lost it all. Try to keep it up and standing tall. Why don't you stay, 'cause I could really use a friend. Stay, please stay, 'cause my heart really needs a man.
I'm Andre Herbert, and this is my wife Aurea and our 9-month-old son Landon. We take you with us on our journeys in and around Cape Town. We warmly welcome you to our YouTube family, where we hopefully can inspire you to get out there and embrace the wonderful places our city has to offer. I don't easily stress out, but so we're on our way to Balie's hut, and I'm stressing out a little bit. They say only vehicles with high ground clearance. We've only got the RAV4 and it's pretty low. We've got a trailer as well. This one is the 4x4 version of the RAV, although it's not a real 4x4, it's more of a soft roader. But yeah, stressing a bit, but hopefully we make it. But the unknown of this one was getting to me. We were travelling in our 2012 RAV4 all-wheel drive with centre diff lock, towing a Camp Master Town and Country 200 trailer, and my sister's family with a front-wheel drive RAV4. These vehicles could be considered high in some circles, but being accustomed to 4x4ing and doing many trips over the years, this is what a high ground clearance vehicle looks like in my head. So how high is high enough? And then towing a trailer on top of that? Well, my confidence was slowly slipping through the window the nearer we got to Balie's hut. We travelled from Brackenfell, and it was a total of 190 kilometers of tar road via Ceres and Op-Die-Berg. About 28 kilometers from the town of Op-Die-Berg, turn right at the Toy Tandfontein sign, and not the Honor Tandfontein sign. If you're at the boom with access control, you're at the right place. And the adrenaline started pumping. The first bit of gravel was a walk in the park. As you come around the hairpin bend, the Balie's Hut Valley opens up in front of you, and you get to see exactly what you're in for. Here you'll find the sign informing you to stop and look for any approaching vehicles. I had 3 cigarettes while plucking up the courage to attempt this unknown road, whilst admiring the valley named after the original land surveyor of the area, Balie, in the 1800s. and then setting out to attempt this nerve-wracking part. There is no way of two vehicles passing each other on this stretch, so be absolutely sure that there are no approaching vehicles before departing.
Okay, so whilst you guys are holding on and stressing out, I actually did read up a little bit, and this access road actually took them 7 years to build. It was all done with manual labor, and only right at the end they got some guys in to do some blasting at one or two spots with dynamite. So maybe Van can keep eye out and maybe she can spot the sites. But yeah, so 7 years of picks and spades and block and tackles and a lot of hard work. Something to think about.
This intense section is only about 1.5 kilometers long, and if you have a proper 4x4, you'll have no problems whatsoever. A transfer service is available to a maximum of 2 people with luggage down to the campsite. If you want to experience this breathtaking campsite, or if you're joining a group of friends and don't have access to a suitable vehicle. Balie's Hut also offers a service where they will tow a trailer down to the campsite and back out again for you. But unfortunately, everything in this world costs money, so you'll be charged a bit extra for these services. I'd say a RAV4 or something similar is about as low a ground clearance you can go without damaging your vehicle. We had the underside of the RAV scrape on a few occasions, but luckily no damage was incurred.
Well, but we made it to the 900 meter sign. Well done, man. Yeah, what a flippin' relief. Anyway, the last little stretch down to the camp and yeah, then we can relax.
As you're doing the final descent, you'll see the 4 campsites to your right, starting with Bushmansklip, Rietdakkie, and then Balie 1 and 2. As you cross the little stream, keep left and follow the signs that will lead you all the way to the main house to do a quick check-in and get all the knowledge to make your stay a memorable one. Yvonne will also inform you of all the locally produced fresh produce and preserves available at that stage. Check-in time is from 2 o'clock until 7, and the absolute latest time to check out is 12 o'clock. We had booked the Rietdakkie campsite, and it was more than spacious enough for us, 4 adults, 2 children and Landon. In our opinion, this is the best site, and we would definitely try to book it again on our next visit. It also has private ablutions with a huge shower, flush toilet with toilet paper supplied, a hand basin and mirror, and lights fed off solar power. The thatched pergola area is an absolute winner. We use this as our kitchen area as it has a huge countertop, but it's a really versatile area, especially if you get some unsuspected rain. The site has a built braai, but you'll need your own grid and utensils. The tap is situated next to the built braai, and a portable dishwashing station is also supplied. One thing to note is the water at the tap will need to be boiled before drinking it. Big trees are also not scarce, and you'll be able to find a shady spot any time of the day. The nights get pretty cold, even in the middle of summer, so just be prepared. And as soon as the sun sets, the insects flock to any light source, so bring some bug repellent along. Bushmansklip, the largest campsite that can easily accommodate 5 to 7 families, was to the right of us. Once again, it has its own private ablutions with hot shower, flush toilet, hand basin and a mirror with solar lighting. It also has a built braai area, its own tap and portable dishwashing station. Against the rock face you'll also see some koi sand paintings. This site also has plenty big blue gum trees, so shade won't be a problem. In season they have a minimum booking for 10 people for the Bushmansklip site, and out of season it is charged per person. To our left was the Balie 1 and 2 camps that are quite close to each other, and the newest of the 4 sites. They can easily accommodate 3 families per site, and it has a minimum booking of 4 persons in peak season. Here you'll find a portable braai, communal tap between the 2 sites, a portable dishwashing station, and both sites have a 6x4 meter pergola for a bit of shade. The trees here are still a bit on the small side, but they're well on their way to becoming nice shade machines for you to enjoy on those hot summer's days. Balie 1 and 2 also have their respective private ablutions, with hot showers courtesy of a gas geyser, a flush toilet with toilet paper supplied, and a hand basin with a mirror. Once again, it is illuminated by solar power. All the camping sites are pet friendly, and your dogs don't necessarily have to be on a leash, but they are not allowed to roam the campsite or the surrounding mountains alone. For those who wish not to camp, there are 2 wooden self-catering cottages, Rietdakkie and Glamping, situated about 200 and 400 meters from the campsites respectively. These are suitable for couples and are basically a copy of each other. Here you'll be supplied with all the hardware, including a fridge, 2-plate gas burner, a kettle, cutlery, crockery, a portable braai drum, and a braai grid. All you'll need to bring is your food and clothes. The bedroom consists of a double bed with linen and towels supplied for 2 and is illuminated by solar lighting. Then there's a little kist with some surprise homemade items for you to purchase on an honesty basis, as well as some herbs and spices for you to feel free to use during your stay. If you're a family, a tent can be pitched on the grass next to the cottage. The outside kitchen area has a table and chairs, and the canvas sides of the kitchen can be dropped if the weather isn't looking too promising. On the side of the cottage is the bathroom area that has a shower, once again fed off a gas geyser, a hand basin with hot and cold water, as well as a mirror, and there's a flush toilet with toilet paper supplied. In addition, there is also a carport next to the cottage to give your vehicle a bit of protection from the sun. During your stay, Yvonne will pay you a visit and offer you a variety of preserves and jams to purchase, all produced on the farm and made to a recipe that's been handed down by 4 generations already. Rietdakkie can also be pre-ordered, and it goes perfectly with the homemade jams. Card facilities are available, but cash is the preferred method of payment. A short hike will take you to the main swimming rock pool, surrounded by natural vegetation with a bit of a waterfall, making part of the Leeuw River. The start of the hike is at the far end of the Bushmansklip campsite, and the path is clearly marked. Another rock pool is located near to the 900 meters to Balie's Gat sign. It's easiest to take a drive up and then do the short walk to the rock pool. To enjoy a picnic under the weeping willow trees, splash about in the rock pool, or do a bit of catch and release fishing. You can expect to catch some bluegills or black bass. Dual-purpose motorcycles are also welcome. And as a bonus, if you like, you can send Yvonne a grocery list and she will gladly do all your shopping for you. And your groceries will be waiting for you upon arrival. Group bookings are also available with a minimum of 30 people in the campsite. It'll be compulsory though to book the 2 log cabins with 2 people per cottage. So that's a minimum of 34 people for a group booking. The campsite can handle up to 60 people, but that is pushing it. Catering can also be pre-arranged if doing a group booking. From a hearty breakfast all the way to a full-on lamb spit braai. Marius and Yvonne are the most accommodating hosts, and they really go out their way to make sure you have the most pleasant stay possible. So don't be shy to ask for anything. Balie's latest addition in their accommodation lineup is their self-catering glamping tents, named after the family's forefathers, Opa Tini and Opa Carl. Nestled in between the natural vegetation, secluded in the mountains. These tents can accommodate a maximum of 4 people and has a main bedroom that is fitted with a queen-size bed and the most comfortable linen, a kitchen with a fridge, gas stove and oven, kettle, pots, pans, crockery and cutlery. Then there's a bathroom with a flush toilet, a shower fed off a gas geyser, hand basin and mirror. Then there's a lounge area that doubles as a room if you're more than 2 people, an outside dining area, an outside fire pit with a grid supplied, and my personal favorite, an outside bath with hot water fed off the gas geyser where you can just relax and totally forget about the world, sipping on a glass of bubbly or reading a book out in the open air. What more could you possibly ask for? Bedding and towels are supplied for 4 people. Wood and ice is included for both glamping tents, and a transfer service can be pre-arranged to take you from the level ground on the farm to your secluded glamping tents if you don't have a high ground clearance vehicle. From the Opa Carl tent, there is a short hike to a secluded rock pool with a waterfall for you and your loved one to enjoy this romantic setting. This pool is at this stage unfortunately only accessible to guests booked into the Opa Carl glamping tent. Various hiking trails as well as guided hikes are available on the farm, where you will find the most spectacular views, as well as surprising yourself with 3 different rock formation types in this relatively small area.
Wave and smiles, yay! Where are we now? We got some waterfall, yay baby!
There is no cell phone reception on the farm, but you will be given an emergency contact number to share with your family, just in case someone desperately needs to get in contact with you. And if you really want to be in contact with the outside world, then Wi-Fi is available at the main house at an additional charge. A quick overview of the farm's rules. No solar panels are to be placed directly on the grass. You must use a ground net under your tents. No music is permitted. No noise late at night. All your trash will need to be taken with you when you leave. If you are staying in one of the log cabins or glamping sites, there are plugs, but you are only permitted to charge mobile devices, and absolutely no hairdryers or GHDs are allowed to be used. Sorry, Ilonka. Unfortunately, no pets are allowed in the cottages or glamping tents. Not even the owner's dog Lucky. And please don't feed him anything or let him inside your tents. Something to look forward to is that Marius is busy constructing a brand new 4x4 trail on the farm for those avid 4x4 enthusiasts. It's time for us to say our goodbyes. A special thanks to Yvonne and Marius for letting us stay on this magnificent farm. We couldn't have asked for better hosts, and we'll definitely be seeing you in the future. All the contact details as well as a link to the accommodation page will be left in the description section of this video, where you'll find the specific rates for the relevant accommodation. If we hear of any changes, we will leave a comment in the comment section and pin it to the top. Next time, we're going to be heading down to the Breede River, between the towns of Swellendam and Malgas, and staying in a hidden self-catering cottage right next to the river. This one is nothing fancy besides the fact that it's in a really hidden and picturesque location.
Baby chocolates. There he goes. Right there.
Hey, you good one!
If you have found this video informative and has helped you in your decision making if this campsite is for you or not, be sure to hit that like button to show your support. And if not, tell us in the comment section what you didn't like about the video. To join our YouTube family, hit that subscribe icon and notification bell to never miss out on our newest adventures. We hope to see you in our next video. And remember, it's not just a mountain.